Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Sunday. I've been thinking more about prayer this week, and I've been feeling really grateful that God doesn't need us to say big, fancy words when we pray. He doesn't even need to have us say long sentences when we pray. And I've been thinking about a couple words that I often say during the week when I'm going about my everyday life. And that is, I often say, either out loud or in my heart, Lord, help me. I pray that when I've misplaced my phone for the 5th time in a day. I say, Lord, help me. I pray those words when I have been hurt by a friend and I'm struggling in my heart to forgive them. I say, Lord, help me. I pray those words when I realize that I've hurt someone else and I need to say I'm sorry and I don't want to. I say, Lord, help me want to. Lord, help me do it. I say those words when I look at the world around me and I see so much sadness and so much anger and so much suffering. I say, Lord, help me. Lord, help all of us. The Bible is actually full of stories of people who pray to God without using a lot of big, fancy words. And I was thinking of one in particular this week that you may be familiar with. It's when the disciples are out on a boat and Jesus comes walking across the water towards them. And they're totally terrified because they've never seen anything like that before. And Jesus says, don't worry, it's me. And Peter is so excited to see Jesus that he says, Jesus, if you call to me and say, come, I will come to you across the water. And so Jesus says to Peter, come. And Peter comes. And then I want you to listen to what happens next. I'm going to be reading today from the book of Matthew, chapter 14, verses 28 through 31. Peter answered him, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. Jesus said, come. So Peter got out of the boat and walked on the water and came to Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, Lord, save me. Jesus immediately reached out his hand and took hold of him. Boys and girls, Peter was feeling so brave, and he walked out on that water, and he kept his eyes on Jesus. But then the wind picked up, and he took his eyes off Jesus, and he got afraid, and he started to sink. But you know what he did next that was so wonderful is he just cried out, Lord, save me. That's all he had to say. And Jesus immediately, quickly reached out his hand and took hold of him. Boys and girls, when we go about our lives this week and we find ourselves needing help, or feeling overwhelmed, or feeling afraid, or feeling whatever, okay? Whatever you need help with, say, Lord, help me. Lord, save me. And he will, because he promises to, and God always keeps his promises. I love you. I miss those of you who are at home. I'm so happy to be with those of you who are here this morning. Have a wonderful Sunday.